Welcome to AI Trend Talk.
I'm Isaac.
And I'm Alice. Today we're talking about Timberwolves versus Spurs, Micron Technology, flash memory, Chang Chi-kai, and cockroaches. Let's get started.
So, today we have a really interesting mission for our deep dive.
Yeah, we are going to explore the theme of competition and survival.
Right, from the basketball court to the stock market, and even the natural world.
Exactly. We want to see how different people and animals adapt to win.
And we have some great sources today to help us understand this.
You sure do. So let's begin our deep dive with a literal clash of giants on the basketball court.
Yeah, basketball is a great example of competition.
It really is. So in Game 3 of the NBA Western Conference semifinals, the San Antonio Spurs beat the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Right, the score was a 115 to 108.
Yeah, and the Spurs actually won on the Timberwolves' home court, which is really hard to do.
It is very difficult. They used high-speed and double-teaming defense to win.
But before we talk more about the game, let's take a quick vocabulary break.
Sounds good.
The word is playoff. It means a series of sports games played at the end of a season to find the champion. Example: the basketball team practiced every day to prepare for the final playoff game.
That's a very helpful word. So during this playoff game, the young star for the Spurs had an unbelievable night.
Oh, Victor Wembanyama.
Exactly. I mean, his performance was just incredible. He scored 39 points.
Wow, 39 points.
Yeah, and he got 15 rebounds and 5 blocks.
That is huge.
It really is. In fact, he is only the fourth player in the entire history of the NBA to get at least 35 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 blocks in a postseason game.
That is just mind-blowing. But the Timberwolves had some strong players too, right?
They did. Their star player, Anthony Edwards.
They call him Ant-Man, right?
Yeah, Ant-Man. So he scored 32 points and got 14 rebounds.
That's a great game for him too.
It is, but he actually admitted something really interesting after the game.
Oh, what did he say?
He said that Wembanyama is simply everywhere in the paint.
And the paint is that the area right near the basket.
Right. Exactly. The area right under the hoop.
Well, I mean, Wembanyama is so tall. He's like a giant umbrella.
A giant umbrella.
Yeah, like an umbrella that covers the entire basket. How can a team possibly beat a player who covers that much space?
That is the big question. Seems impossible, But the Spurs used a really smart strategy.
Oh, really? How did they do it?
Well, instead of fighting Wembanyama near the basket, they pulled the Timberwolves' tall players away from the basket.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so they forced the tall defenders to move outside. And that left the area near the basket completely open for the faster players to score.
Wow, so they changed the environment to survive.
Exactly. They used smart spacing.
That makes a lot of sense. And, that idea of high performance and strategy really connects to our next topic.
Moving from sports giants to tech giants.
Yes. Just like basketball teams compete for points, tech companies are competing for data storage.
Right. And right now, Micron Technology is a huge winner in this competition.
They really are. Our sources show that Micron's market value reached over $840 billion US.
That is a massive number.
It's so big. They are now the 12th largest company in the US.
And didn't their stock price jump a lot recently?
Yes, it jumped 15.52% in just one single day.
Wow, in one day. That is incredible.
It is. And that brings us to our second vocabulary word.
Oh, let's hear it.
The word is surge. It means a sudden and fast increase in something, like a price or a feeling. Example: there was a huge surge in the company's stock price after they built a new AI product.
That example is exactly what is happening in real life.
Right. This financial growth is driven by the booming demand for AI technology.
Yeah, everyone wants to use AI now, but AI needs a lot of what they call cold storage.
Cold storage? What does that mean?
It basically means saving a massive amount of data for a long time.
Oh, okay. So they need huge digital warehouses for the AI to learn.
Exactly. But while companies are focusing on this new AI storage, there's a big problem with older technology.
Right. The older technology called 2D NAND flash memory.
Yeah. The major international companies like Samsung, SK Hynix, and Micron, they are actually exiting this older market.
They're just leaving it.
Yeah, they want to focus all their energy on the new AI chips.
Well, that creates a serious problem. And it leads to our final vocabulary word.
Okay, what's the word?
The word is shortage. It means a situation where there's not enough of something that people want or need. Example: because the factory closed, there is a shortage of computer memory chips in the market.
Perfect. And because these big companies left the market, There's a severe shortage of these older memory chips.
So if there's a shortage, prices must be going up.
Oh, they're going up fast. Prices for MLC NAND flash memory have gone up by 20 to 30%.
Wow.
And the spot prices, like the price to get the chips immediately, have jumped 200 to 300%.
Wait, I have a question about this.
Sure, go ahead.
If everyone is building new fancy AI technology, why is there a panic over older memory chips? I mean, why do we even need the old stuff?
Well, think about everyday electronics, like your microwave or a children's toy.
Okay.
Those things don't need advanced AI brains, right?
Mm.
They just rely heavily on older, cheaper memory.
Oh, right. My microwave just needs to remember how long to heat my food.
Exactly. So you don't always need the newest tech to be highly valuable.
I see. So the Taiwanese companies that still make these older chips like Micron and Winbon, they are doing really well.
Yeah, they now have all the pricing power. They are supplying what everyday electronics still need.
That is a great survival strategy. Just find the gap that everyone else left behind.
Exactly. And, finding what everyday people need is a perfect way to introduce our next topic.
Yes, the political race. We're moving from the tech market to the intense competition of local politics.
Where survival depends completely on winning the public's favor.
Right. Now, before we talk about the numbers, we need to make something very clear to you, the listener.
Yes, we are simply reporting the numbers from a news poll today.
Exactly. We are absolutely impartial. We are not taking any political sides, and we're not endorsing any candidates.
We just want to look at the data as a lesson in competition.
Right. So a recent TVBS News poll shows a very close race for the upcoming 2026 Chiayi City mayoral election.
And how close are the numbers?
Very close. The poll shows the Democratic Progressive Party, or DPP, candidate Wang Meihui at 43% support.
Okay, 43%.
And Chang Chi-kai, who is supported by the KMT and TPP, is right behind her at 37%.
Wow, so that is only a narrow 6% gap.
Yeah, a 6% gap is nothing in an election. It's a very tight competition.
But the most interesting part of the poll is the voter age.
Oh, the age divide is so clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chang Chi-kai is very popular with younger voters, specifically the 20 to 39 age group.
And Wang Meihui.
She has much stronger support from voters over the age of 40.
That is fascinating. It's like two different generations wanting different things.
It really is. Oh, and the poll also said that 83% of people in the city say they will definitely or probably vote.
That is a really high number. People are very engaged.
But looking at that clear divide in voter age, what does this tell us about the future of the city?
Well, it tells us that these candidates have a big challenge. They have to find a way to bridge the gap between different generations.
Because you can't just win with one age group, right?
Right. A young person might want affordable housing, while an older person might care more about healthcare facilities.
So to survive and win the election, the politician has to adapt their message for everyone.
Exactly. It's all about adaptation. And speaking of ultimate survivors.
Oh, no. I know what's coming next.
Politicians and athletes are tough, but they have absolutely nothing on nature's ultimate survivors.
The cockroaches.
Yes, the cockroaches.
Okay, I am not a fan of bugs, but the sources for this are really interesting.
So the Shushan Zoo in Kaohsiung is currently hosting a World Cockroach exhibition.
And the timing is just, it's wild. They're doing this specifically for the Mother's Day holiday.
Yeah, Mother's Day.
Wait, a cockroach exhibition for, Mother's Day? Why on earth would a zoo do that instead of showing cute baby animals?
I know, it sounds totally crazy, but it actually challenges our assumptions.
How so?
Well, female cockroaches are actually incredible mothers. They endure really harsh environments to make sure their babies survive.
Okay, I guess I can respect that. They are definitely tough.
Yeah, and the exhibition shows the incredible diversity of nature. It teaches us to appreciate forms of life that we usually ignore or, fear.
Like me. But the exhibition doesn't just have normal cockroaches. It features unique types from all around the world.
Right. For example, they have the rhinoceros cockroach from Australia.
I saw a picture of this one in our sources. It is so heavy and it actually has no wings.
Yeah, that's like a tiny tank.
It really does. Then there is the Halloween Madagascar cockroach.
I love that name.
Right. It gets its name because of its bright orange and black colors.
So it looks ready for Halloween.
Exactly. But the most amazing one to me is the Vietnamese metallic cockroach.
A metallic cockroach?
Yes. The sources say it shines brightly, almost like a piece of jewelry or metal.
Wow. A shiny bug that looks like jewelry. That is incredible adaptation.
It really is. They don't care if we think they're ugly. They just change to survive their environment.
Which leaves us with a final provocative thought for you today.
Yeah, from Wembanyama changing his game to win, to tech companies adapting to the AI boom.
And from politicians trying to bridge the gap with voters to the incredible adaptation of cockroaches all over the world.
Survival is all about adaptation.
Exactly. So we want you to think about your own life. What changes are happening in your world right now, and how are you adapting to survive and win?
It's a really important question to ask yourself, and we want to hear from you.
Yes?
Here is your comment challenge for today. Which of today's topics do you find the most surprising? The basketball game, the technology news, the election poll, or the cockroach exhibition? Why? Share your thoughts with us in the comments.
We always love reading your answers. Thank you so much for joining our deep dive today.
Stay curious and keep adapting. See you next time.
Goodbye, everyone.